Hello, this is Zule from Pomona, California, Zone 10A. Today is April 28th, 2021. And today we will be doing a walk around my teeny tiny food forest. So get your coffee, get some juice, some tea, and roll up a chair, put your feet up, and enjoy the tour. Let's get to it. All right, here in this little area, I have my plumeria trees, I have my bay leaf trees, and I have this new addition, which is a Brazilian dwarf banana plant or tree, however you want to call it. So you can't tell, it's a little jungle in here, but let me see if I can show you. This is one of my bay leaf trees. They are super duper tiny. This is a pomegranate tree that I took a cutting. I would say out of all the pomegranate trees that I have on my property, 4 came from the cuttings that I took from my original and first tree. And let's see here. This is a plumeria. This is another bay leaf tree. And this is a cutting I took from my grapevine. And this is rue. It's going to seed. I don't know if you guys know about rue. It's used as a medicinal herb. How do you guys use it? If you guys have it in your garden, let me know. And let's go to this other little area. So in this area, again, I have another pomegranate tree that's also from a cutting from my original pomegranate. I have the strawberry in the basket. You saw me put this together in a video about how to do the hanging baskets to retain the moisture. We have a beautiful little strawberry flower here. So yeah, that's good, doing really good. And here I do have the 100 sweet 100 tomato plants. There's 3 there, and there is 3 right here with that pomegranate that I mentioned, and my watercress that's going to seed again. And I think I already put up the video for the watercress seed harvest. So let's go to another area. All right, in this area, this is my sweetie patch. In case you're new to my channel, I lost my first female little lady dog, and her name was Sweetie, so we buried her here. And here I don't grow any like food on the raised bed. It's only flowers. And then I have buckets in front of Sweetie's patch, and here I have some potatoes growing, and the sun is not cooperating. But in this Sweetie's patch, I do have 3 plumeria trees. Here's where it is. Here's one, here's another one, and over here is another one. But yeah, I love to have a place where I can, you know, plant flowers for her, and that's exactly what we did here. So her resting place is very peaceful, and check those hollyhocks. They're absolutely beautiful. I have put a picture of these hollyhocks on my Instagram. In case you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and do. I'm more active there. I post more often than on YouTube, because on YouTube I have to do video editing and so on and so forth. I love both platforms, but it's easier for me to post often on Instagram. This little area has a pomegranate tree that grew by itself. This is where I had my original pomegranate tree. We removed it, but roots were left in the ground here. And it's so funny because you can't tell, and I really don't want to bend right now. You know, when you get older, you really don't want to bend anymore, because then it's hard to come back up. That's happening to me. Anyways, so the roots were left there, some roots, and then this started growing. So we by we, I mean me and my husband, we let it do its thing, and this is the most healthy, the most productive, and strongest of all my pomegranate trees. And my original pomegranate tree was the wonderful pomegranate, and it was not grafted, so I know it's true to the wonderful variety. Anyways, so here I have this pineapple guava. This is going to be its second year, and it's doing absolutely fabulous. It looks so healthy, so green, so vibrant. And let me show you that it does have flower buds. Hopefully you can see that right there. Let me see, is that better? The flowers are so pretty. Let me show you once they're open up. Here's a bud, and here's a flower that has opened up already. Isn't that gorgeous? It's just so gorgeous, and it's full of flowers. Well, at least the flower buds. I don't know if you can see that. This is another beautiful, beautiful flower that has opened. Oops, sorry. This is another one that has opened, and it looks so pretty. I don't think this through the screen the color does not do it justice, and I did smell them, and they smell so good. So I am so happy for that. Here I have some Tiny Tim plant. I have a mint that I'm trying to propagate. Here I have another Tiny Tim, Tiny Tim, Tiny Tim. I have some amaryllis that I grew from seed, and I'm just waiting for them to flower so that I can put out the video. It has been a very interesting journey growing amaryllis from seed. These in this pot, not those. That one is already a mature one, but those there in the pot next to that flower, and then these in this pot. And then it's the first time I'm growing the straw flower, and oh my god, I'm so excited because the other day I noticed that it has a little bulb already. Not a bulb, what is it called? A flower bud. There we go. God, I need coffee. But yes, it has a flower bud, and I can't wait for it to open because I've never seen a straw flower in person, and I am so excited to get that in my garden and get pictures of it, because like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but all the flowers and the fruit trees, I am like a crazy mama. I brag about them on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, anywhere I can. Anyway, so here I have more buckets, and this is going to be the Martino's Roma. So I have 3 of those. They're doing so good. I have this asparagus, and let me tell you what, guys, I reached out to a couple of people, and they said, oh, well, your weather is so hot, your climate is desert climate, asparagus like cool, and cool weather, so you're not gonna get anything, and you're trying to grow them in containers, so you're not gonna be able to grow the asparagus successfully. Well, let me tell you guys, don't let anybody tell you you can't do something. Even if they live in your same growing area and they tried it and they failed, don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. Try it for yourself. If it works out, amazing. And if it doesn't, oh well, no harm done. At least you knew that, for you, it didn't work out. Now, I'm not saying try that on fruit trees, because that is super duper expensive. So you may want to try experiments that are just a little bit cheaper. But anyway, so yes, don't let anybody tell you can't do it. You try it for yourself and see how it goes. So that's my asparagus. In the background, you're going to see a very sad mandarin tree. It's a golden nugget mandarin, and I trimmed it, but I didn't know what I was doing, so it looks really, really sad. It hasn't grown much, and that's because I trimmed it the incorrect way. I'll try to do a video further on along the line to show you what I did wrong and what you shouldn't do, hopefully, to your fruit trees. And here I have more containers, buckets, and these are the Husky Cherry Red. And here we have the GroBucket systems, and they are doing fabulous. Honestly, they are doing really good. I have to remove these all the time because my naughty little Bruce likes to eat them, and he shouldn't. I mean, Bruce is just naughty. He's just naughty. And no matter what I do, no matter if I put, you know, hot sauce or garlic or anything, I've tried everything. I've put vinegar, I put soap. He's just a naughty little kid, and I wouldn't treat him for the world. So I have to deal with his naughtiness. More walking onions, right? More walking onions. Another pomegranate tree, and I think this one was a cutting that I bought. This is not one of the cuttings that I took from my pomegranate, but it's also doing really good. It has a lot of flowers. And you guys, there's a tip. If you want if your pomegranates are giving you flowers but they're not creating the fruit for you, like the flowers drop, let me show you real quick what you can do, and it just takes like 5 seconds. Okay, so there is a flower right here, right? And there's a flower right here, and all I do is I just come in and I tap, and look at that pollen. And then you come here and you put it on the other little flower. So you're helping it pollinate. Now, because I have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 pomegranate trees. What I do is I tap on one and then I go and put the pollen on the other one. So I'm pollinating them. I'm helping them pollinate so that they can give me the little fruit. And that way, you know, you can get to... and you can enjoy the fruit. I don't know, I'm rambling. Anyways, let's keep this tour going because I don't want this video to be super long. All right, so here I have, I forgot the variety. Oh, here it is. Okay, so this is going to be the Better Bush Champion. And it's doing really good. It's the first time I have grown this variety, and it's doing amazing. So yeah, hopefully I get to harvest soon. And next to it I have a lonely pepper, and then here I have more amaryllis, and then here I have a pineapple plant, but it's getting invaded by this flower, which is the California poppy. It's still alive, it's still good, it's still holding on, it hasn't rotted. But every other day or so I come and I, you know, move these back. I want the poppies to grow, but I don't want them shading the pineapple plant. I don't know if you're new to my channel. I did a video growing the pineapple from the time that I cut the crown from the fruit to rooting it to the first time it gave me fruit. So go ahead and check it out. Hopefully you enjoy it. But yes, I did a video that it took 2 years to make but it turned out really good because in the end I got to enjoy a homegrown pineapple, and let me tell you, that baby was super duper sweet. And on this raised bed I have peppers, and on this one I have the serrano peppers. And then I try to grow anything like little flowers or root crops, because these little nut jobs are all over the place in my garden. Hopefully you can see him. He's right there. He's hiding under this leaf. There it is. You see him? Right there. The pill bug. The pill bug is a constant battle in my garden, but that is why you'll see my plants have these protectors on them so that the pill bug does not damage the plant when I put it in the ground. Here's another pepper. So I do have 4 peppers around, and then I do have a tomato in the middle. And then here, it seems like the pill bugs have been munching on them, but these are carnations. I did a video also showing you how to collect carnation seeds, and these are from those seeds. I still had some of those seeds, and I think I have like maybe 5 more seeds. This one is definitely being attacked. But anyways, let's go ahead and go through. This one is my little Jennifer's patch. And again, if you're new to my channel, Jennifer is the second child I lost. And I wanted to do, since my whole garden is named after Little Bean, the first child that I lost, I made my garden to cope with the grieving process, to cope with the loss, and it has helped me tremendously. And I wanted to do the same thing for Jennifer. And for Jennifer, because I love strawberries, I decided to do a strawberry patch. And this patch has been doing absolutely fabulous. It doesn't have any fruit right now because as soon as the fruit turns a little bit red, we eat it. Either my mom, myself, or Bruce, or my husband, or the girls. I mean, we eat it. And if we don't eat it, sometimes the pill bugs beat us to them. Here it is. Here's another pill bug. Already munched on my strawberry, you naughty little kid. Oh. Anyways, yes, I deal with a lot of pill bugs, but they're beneficial to the garden. So have some patience and try to work in harmony with them if you can. I know it's difficult and not everybody can do it. And then let me show you some of my fruit trees. Let me get over here on this side to give you a better view. All right, so this is my guayaba tree, and it produces absolutely delicious guayabas. They're tiny. They're kind of like a, well, what size could I tell you? Maybe like a lime, probably a little bit smaller, but they're so sweet. They're so delicious, and it's very productive. And then right next to it, I don't want the sun to hit you, so let me try to turn this way. My shadow, like always. And this one is the Meyer lemon tree. It is beautiful, it is humongous, and it's very productive. Here I have a bird of paradise. It was a super tiny plant. I didn't know they grew humongous, and I planted it between my trees. So it seems to be doing really good there, so I don't want to disturb it. I haven't moved it. And then right here we have this one right here is the Mexican lime. It's doing fabulous. It's loaded with flowers, and it also has a lot of fruit already forming. Hopefully you can see that. That is a little Mexican lime in the making. Here's another one, and like I said, it is absolutely loaded with flowers. Right next to my Mexican lime, I have this nectarine tree. Okay, this is the nectarine tree, and it also already has fruit in the making. So this is a nectarine right there. This is a nectarine right there, and it has several little fruit. Hopefully they all make it. Last year I did not get any. The heat got them, and then the birds got them. And then here in this lonely little corner, I have bamboo. Now, don't worry, it's not the running bamboo, and it is in containers. Hopefully you can see that. It is kind of wild back here, but it is the clumping bamboo. And the difference is with the running bamboo, 3 feet away from the mother plant, another shoot, another bamboo plant will start. With this one, the clumping one, all the little kids start, or the little shoots will start near the mother. So near the mother plant. So even if I had it in the ground, the clumping bamboo would grow its little shoots right next or very close to the mother plant. So that's why I chose the clumping bamboo. In case it got out, the roots got out of the container and it started growing, it's easier to control than the running bamboo. So when you purchase your bamboo plants, make sure that you are getting the right information to what type of bamboo you are looking for, because the running bamboo is pretty hard to control. It's doable, but from what I've heard, it's really difficult to control. The clumping bamboo, it's better because the little shoots grow really close to the mother plant. So if you don't want them, you'll be able to see them faster and get rid of them by just pulling them, because they're going to be right close to the mother plant. Let me go ahead and turn around here, because like I said, this area is kind of wild. Okay, so here we have the rosemary plant, and I don't know if you can tell, it's humongous. It's taller than me. I'm 5'1", although my children claim that I'm 5, but I'm 5'1". You believe me, not them. We always have a running joke about that. Anyways, so here is my rosemary plant, and I did do a video on this beautiful rosemary. There is a very, very sweet, heartwarming story to it, and hopefully you guys can check out that video. I think I named the video Doña Maria, but it's about this rosemary and the connection to my heart it has. So absolutely. And I have shared cuttings with friends, family. I have sold some, because in case I haven't told you yet, I do sell some plants, whether in the spring or whether in the fall. But if I have extras, I'll go ahead and try to make a penny or so, and I'll go ahead and sell them. Right next to my rosemary, I have my original, so the OG, right? The original pomegranate tree, and this one always does amazing. Always. Look at these flowers. I mean, check that out. They're humongous, they're pretty, it's loaded with flowers everywhere. This tree never fails me. If you don't grow your own pomegranate and you love pomegranate, man, are you missing? You're missing out. You're missing out. They're very productive. They're practically carefree. They care for themselves, and you get to enjoy the fruit. And you know, when they produce by a lot. So let's move you around. And then right next to my pomegranate tree, I have my papaya tree. And this papaya tree has struggled here because it is super hot, and they don't like to have the heat. I mean, they like warm weather, but here it's just very intense. It is absolutely intense. So it did struggle in the beginning. It has some damage because it struggled with the heat, and then it seemed like some creatures were eating the tree trunk. But then, you know what, trees are very, very, I don't know what the word is, they're magical. Okay, because it was all the way to the bottom. It was very rotted, but look, it started healing itself. It started creating a layer over the wound, and it's almost to the top now. But they're just magical. They, care for themselves. They're healing. It's healing by itself. I didn't do anything to it. It started healing by itself. So yeah, I don't like papayas, but my mother does. So, and the papaya trees are absolutely productive. So if you like papayas, why not grow your own? Just give it, if you're in a climate similar to mine, just give it some protection, and it will reward you with delicious papayas. I got out of my little food forest, so we were in there in the wild, right? And I recently cleaned up. That's why it looked, but it was wild. It was completely wild. Anyways, let me take you to this little area. So this little area, I have a avocado tree. And believe you me, I killed 3 avocados before I learned that in my growing zone, I had to make sure that they had very well draining soil, but that would retain moisture. I was following the advice of other people where they said avocados need very good drainage, and yes, that's true, absolutely 100%. But in my area, because it's so hot and water evaporates so fast, the tree needs drainage. The tree does need good drainage, but also some elements to help retain some of the moisture. So what I did is I planted some plants around it. I mulched it first, and then I planted this one. I think it's a chalk plant. You just cut it, stick it in the ground, and it roots. I mean, this thing wants to live no matter how bad you treat it. And I put it here because it would get a lot of shade from my more mature fruit trees. And boy, did I hit the jackpot, because it is growing up beautiful, healthy, super green, super luscious. I mean, it is just absolutely doing gorgeous in my garden. Here I have some roses. I have 4 containers full of roses. That is my apple tree. I love the flowers on the apple tree. Let's get closer and I'll show you. Aren't they beautiful? They're just gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. And then let's go to the front of this little patch. Okay, and then here I have soil that I need to, these 4 buckets aren't really doing anything. I had garlic really didn't do nothing. I put it in too late. Doesn't matter, I still eat the little bulbs. You know, I cut them up, put them in my eggs, my rice, or soup. They're edible, so don't ever get discouraged if your garlic doesn't grow the big bulbs. It doesn't matter, you know, you can still eat the little bulbs. Just cut it up like you would cut up onion. This is my aloe vera, a very old aloe vera plant that I had. Behind it is my mulberry tree. I know it's a jungle. It's a food forest jungle, so it might be a little hard for you to see. Here is my jujube tree. I love my jujube tree, and it's just waking up. It looks absolutely beautiful. It's starting to get some growth to it. Yeah. And I can't wait to see the little flowers open. More amaryllis plants. And I have a lot of amaryllis because, like I said, I got the seeds and I grew amaryllis from seeds. So I have a lot of amaryllis in my garden. And here is a nectarine tree also. And for this one, I do have the tag. So let's see. Let me show you. This one is the Garden Delight Dwarf Nectarine. And I have it in a container. And look, this one also has fruit already starting. It looks really nice and healthy. Some geraniums. Another aloe plant. Here is my heritage raspberry. Looking really, really good. And it seems like it's gonna start to produce the flowers pretty soon. I see flower buds. There's a teeny tiny flower bud right there. Amaryllis. I think this is part of the mother plant. I have stargazer lilies. And here is the Caroline raspberry that you saw me plant. I think I already put up the video. And look at how beautiful it is doing. It has new growth, which is what you want to see. So here it is, the Caroline raspberry. And I will be looking for a single bearing variety, because although the ever bearing variety is going to give me 2 harvests, I want to grow the single bearing variety, because they say that although you get 2 harvests from the ever bearing, you get a smaller harvest. With the single bearing, they say that you get a bigger harvest because you get all the raspberries at once. So I want to have both varieties in my garden. This is the walking onion. And this, you guys, is going to be my, let me get closer so you can see it. It's not just a stick. It's my grapevine. And check it out. It is doing absolutely healthy and beautiful. I mean, I am so happy with it. It looks so happy here. And I think it's because it's getting full sun. It just loves it here. But yes, This is my grapevine. And here I have a wamuchil tree. I just planted it this year, but it took really well to the planting in this area, and it seems like it's going to be a good candidate to stay in that spot in my garden. I forgot what this plant is called. I think it's the Cape Cod plant or Cape plant. It produces this beautiful, beautiful flowers, and they're very bright. They're like between a purple and blue. It's just so pretty. Here's my ipazote plant. Ipazote is very, very aromatic. It is an acquired taste, and this herb is used in beans and chilaquiles and soups and salsas. I mean, it is super duper good. I'm hoping to do a video in the near future about its nutritional value and what, you know, my ancestors used to use it for. At the top of my head, I can tell you they're a dewormer, and if you consume it in high doses, then it could be lethal. So we use it a lot here in the house. And we've never had any issues with it because I guess our stomach is used to it, and plus we don't eat truckloads, although we do use a lot of it, but not a truckload at once. Anyways, in the near future I will try to put up a video for you, and we'll talk more in depth about that. And then here I have more Better Bush Champion. 4 buckets here, and again, they're doing really good. It's the first time I'm growing them. Let me swing you around right here. This is my blood orange tree, and I am so amazed. Look at this. Everywhere you turn, there's clumps and clumps and clumps and clumps of fruit. And I know what I'm gonna get on this video. You know, go ahead and reduce the fruit, remove some of it, but you know what? I'm a rebel, and I don't follow, I don't know how to call it. It's not that I am stubborn. Well, maybe because I'm stubborn, but I don't follow the norm. You know, I do my own thing. I feel in my heart, for me, and it works for me. If you feel that you have to help the tree by removing some fruit, you know, all for it, go for it. You know, everybody does what works for them and in their garden and for their family, right? But for me, I feel that I want to let my trees do what they want to do, like they would do in nature, you know, like how they would fend for themselves in nature. So the only thing I do help them with, so that I can walk around the tree, is just trim the bottoms so that they're not, the leaves are not, or the branches I should say, are not hitting the ground and have access to, so that the branches are not hitting the ground and be exposed to possible disease because it's touching the soil. But that's the only thing I help it with. This one's also oddly shaped because I trimmed it and I didn't know what I was doing. I have learned my lessons, you guys, and believe me, I don't mess with the trees that much anymore. So yeah, this is my blood orange tree, and it's doing so good. I mean, so good. This is volunteer sunflowers. They grow every year in my garden, and they grow better and bigger than any sunflower I can plant, and that I think is because they have just adapted. Normally they grow about 15 feet tall. This year, I don't know why, every sunflower has only gotten to, like, I don't know, 2 feet. Why? I don't know. These that are volunteers, they normally get up to 15 feet. 12 to 15 feet, and I don't know what's going on this year. I really don't. All my sunflowers are staying short. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. This poor banana plant, it completely, we had a couple of days with over 90-degree weather, and it completely lost its cool because it just shriveled and died. So I'm letting it be and see if maybe it grows some pups. Who knows? There's a new addition to my garden. It is a turkey fig tree. And hopefully it takes. It looks a little sad right now, but I think, oops. Oh no, I broke it. Oh well. Hopefully it takes because I just transplanted it. So I'm hoping it grows for me. I've always wanted to have a fig tree. So I'm hoping it does really, really good for me. All right, and under this shade cloth is going to be my early grow. I believe that's the variety I have growing here. Early grow. And I think this one's going to be aroma. And then I have some peppers also here. And some are doing okay. Some are really sad. Like this one, it looks really, really sad and pathetic, so I might take it out. But overall, that one's looking sad, but overall they're looking pretty good. Can't complain. All right, and we're almost done, you guys. Just kidding, we're not almost done, but so I have this one is also under shade cloth, and this one is going to be something basket. I forgot, but I have peppers here as well. But they're looking good. They're looking healthy. These are some of the amaryllis I grew from seed. As you can tell, they're doing absolutely beautiful. Oops, somebody knocked down my little amaryllis plant. So these are my amaryllis. I have some corn growing right here, and I have some pepper plants right there. More pepper plants right here. And Babette is in the garden, sent me some seeds, and these 2 tomato plants are from her seeds, and they're doing fabulous. They're doing absolutely good. They're growing super big and super healthy. And again, some sunflowers. They stayed small. Don't know why. That's the theme for this year, I guess. And here I have a little jungle. Pineapple plant, stargazer lily. Who knows? Who knows? Some ibasote and freesia and some tulips. And on this one, I believe these are going to be Roma, a strawberry planter, an ipazote plant. Who knows? Who knows? And this one is the Bonking 14. I think it's called Bonking 14 Comfrey. But look at how intense our heat is right now. It looked like this today in the morning, and we are at 82 degrees, but it feels hotter. The sun rays are super intense here, and yeah, it damages the plant. More, I don't know, banana plants that I need to get rid of because they don't do well here because it's in full sun. This is going to be my Valencia orange tree, and for this one I've done 2 videos already, and with this one as well, it's doing absolutely beautiful. It's healthy, it's very productive. It gives me a lot of oranges during this when does it give me oranges? Oh yeah, it gives me oranges during the fall. It gives me a lot of oranges, and it gives me a ton of oranges that I get to enjoy and share with my family and friends. Here I have the 3 sunflowers are the mammoth sunflower, but by looking at them, they're not so mammoth. I don't know, this year nothing, the sunflowers are not growing. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I know it's not me because it's all of them. I have other sunflowers that Cole sent me seeds, which is the hoppy, I think it's hoppy black dye sunflower and it stayed small. It's that one. That one right there. And those are supposed to get big also, to my understanding. And then these are supposed to get big and they haven't. And then the ones that I told you that are volunteers, they come up every year, those get humongous and they stayed small. So I don't know what's going on there. So here I have a little rose, and then I have a very young wahid tree. Very, very young wahid tree, and it's already going to produce buds. No, not buds. It has buds and it's already going to produce the wahids. And here I have hollyhocks, and I think these are from seeds that Cheryl sent me. And then I have some more roses. And then here, let's take a peek. Here I have some tomatillo plants, and I have some black beauty zucchini on the other side, and 2 bell pepper plants. On this side, they're all tomatillos with 2 cosmos. Oops, and I almost forgot. This is the papalos that we planted together. This is the ones that I did the videos on. These are the ones I did the video on, and they're doing really, really good. Very, very healthy. Here I have another amaryllis flower. I have another mulberry tree. It's pretty tall. Here I have some chives. I don't need chives in my garden because I have the walking onion, but because I grew these from seed, I have an attachment to them. So I'm keeping them because of that attachment. Here's another asparagus bucket. A pepper plant that the bugs ate. Who knows what ate it. Another pepper plant, pepper plant, pepper plant. Some tomato plants. Tomato plants. I think these are Romas. And here I have, don't mind the poor dead plants there. I was trying to propagate some, only one took. But here I have my blackberries, and they are being protected from the sun so that they can give me nice, big, juicy blackberries. And in the bottom, I have some strawberry plants that will hopefully take and produce strawberries for me. Here I have the early Texas onion growing, and this is going to be my go-to from now on. This is the first time I get a bulb this big for an onion, and it's pretty good size. So I'm very happy with its growth and development, and that is going to be my go-to from here on out. I'm going to rely on growing the early Texas onion. There I planted more papalos, and then some flowers were volunteers there. Here is the lonely survivor of my cempasúchil seeds that I planted. They all died because of the heat. The heat kills everything here, you guys. I have to protect it. And here I have some corn growing. Here I have some, this is a rue plant. These 2 are rue. This is a cutting from the rosemary. These are baby walking onions, some zinnias. Check this out. It's it's closed now, but this is so pretty. This is a California poppy, and there's more that are going to be opening pretty soon. It's just so beautiful. This is a passion fruit. It looks sad because it's been in this 5-gallon bucket for a while. I already bought some containers I'm going to be putting it in. Hopefully get it nice and healthy again. Another rosemary cutting. This is potato that I'm growing in 5-gallon buckets. some little seeds I'm starting. This is from the potato chit challenge. Tomorrow I am definitely going to transplant it. It needs transplanting ASAP. And here more little seedlings I'm starting. And then the famous stevia, I did a little short on that. That's basically it, guys. That's all I have to show you in this garden tour. Thank you for sticking around if you did till the end. If you didn't, I completely understand. Well, guys, that's it from Little Bean's Garden. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and sharing this video with your friends. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.